status on this. I don't want to give the weather report because it doesn't look good for Wednesday. Do you have anything that you want to? Are you still taking us tubing?
Yeah,
There's
sure.
no snow? Okay. All right, that's all we have on the agenda right now. Open it up to short comments, brief comments. Anyone? Please state your name, address, favorite color. Yes.
Sean Henry, 4 Belvoir Drive, Kelly Green. I have a couple. One is, I'm looking for a clarification on questions I sent in to you about the budget. One was asking, is everybody under contract? You said everybody but 4 part-time police officers, right? Then I asked you another question about the CHIPS money, which you sent me an answer to. Then I went through and I looked to see where the contract was settled with the chief, because Chief Bogart ended his contract when he left. He had asked for that to be done and the board did that. There was nothing in the minutes or...
As of it's settled.
Yes. But the question was, is anybody without a contract? And you just said with the 4 part-time officers. So I looked for the chief's contract to be settled. Is it settled or is it not?
It's not settled, but his money is within that budget.
But so was, if I look on that paper,
So is
so were the
the
part-time
yes.
police officers. So they should have been answered the same.
Correct.
Okay. That's the end of that question. The other one was the green area, the sidewalks on Ahern. Even in front of the houses is green area. If you look on the tax map, there's a 20 or 30 foot section of green area in front of each house. So they come along, they plow, they skip, they plow, they skip, they plow, they skip. But that's our land, unless they bought it, and it doesn't show that on the tax map. And also at the end of Belvoir at Washingtonville, 2 houses on the end, there's a strip of green land there, that the sidewalk should be done by the DPW.
I pointed out to
Yeah.
you doing that.
I think that.
With Ahern also, is if you look on there, you will see that. That's
Ahern,
ours.
Good.
Right, even the ones that have, like, when a big tree was taken down, he has a 20 or 30 foot greenland space there. So does the other one next to it. Every house on that road has greenland. So those sidewalks are
Oh,
ours.
on that side of the street. Okay.
Yeah,
So
they're all our sidewalks.
Pembroke.
The whole length of
Somerset,
from 94 to Washington Boulevard
Okay,
is all ours.
okay.
So that's, instead of leaving it for, because you guys said you're gonna find somebody. They shouldn't be getting fined for something that doesn't belong to them.
Would they have it?
I don't know, I just read the paper.
Okay.
You said you're going after them. The other one is,
Yeah.
Tom's gone,
Yep.
but he never got that sign straightened out in front of Stewart. That was knocked down almost the day they put it up. The base Woodfield sign, I guess at the meeting, he said he'd take care of it. It's all bent, and it's sitting there. I'm surprised somebody else hasn't said something about it.
Okay. I don't believe that sign was put up legally,
I think you're right
so
about that.
if we could remove that sign tomorrow.
Well, I heard it go.
Where are they here?
I heard it on North Street. Yeah. the
Yes.
one that-
Yeah. So when you see him, you can tell him that. He doesn't have to worry about it. When you see Tom.
I'll have to go meet him at the bar.
And Ahern and, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I got 2 items. Number 1 is, I remember when I talked to the Department of State on the FEMA committee for Washingtonville, he said that was the most incompetent board he'd ever seen in his life, and he had seen a lot of them. I was surprised to hear from the mayor that supposedly I've always had water problems on my property. I don't know where you got that impression. I didn't until the swale behind was basically destroyed, the footing drains were put down. And then number two, when you're looking at possibly doing work, the village has been violating the 1977 Court of Appeals decision. Basically, Rieger had to change his plans for Stone Ridge because the area down on Ahern is actually a wetland. Are you aware of that? It's a mitigated wetland. Yeah, well, you better check with the DEC. And basically what they had done was all the storm drains were basically put in down Capitol, and then they went across, and then they came underneath Decker Drive, and they were down in the water course going down to the wetland, because it seems like a simple thing, but wetlands need to be wet. And in the course of which, Fairs, when he did his nonsense, putting, riprap in, which of course, I know from my experience working with Tropical Storm Floyd, riprap is just a waste of time. So the net result is there is not water going down into the wetland, which is required. So as part of the plan, you might want to come up and make the decision. Actually, the decision involves seeker. Basically, Rieger indicated he didn't have to do seeker because it just been, his Court of Appeals said you had to, and because he had filled in the wetlands in Newcastle, he had to put a mitigated wetland, so they had a mitigated wetland on Ahern. If you go coming up, I don't know which street it is, but you look to the right there, there's a big area down there, I guess it's about 15 acres or something like that. So if you look it up, you'll find that. The more serious problem, so I want it fixed, and the water should be going down there to keep that wetland going, because actually it's all coming down on my property here. $15,000 worth of damage per FEMA. Actually, I was able to get a loan and basically pay off the loan before the village even approved my nickel-dime electric. It was four years and 1 month. The worst problem was basically I came back from my daughter's. My daughter had a severe disease, and I found out that, this is the 10th felony, just want to get people involved in what the criminal code is, since you're talking about that, threw a brick through my basement window. Fortunately, I had left the faucet open like you're supposed to if you ever been involved in freezing, and the net result.
Can you fill out an incident report on the brick?
Pardon me?
Can you fill out?
Yeah, but the issue came down to when I couldn't heat because all the windows had been broken before from kids throwing rocks through the window. So I I wasted my time trying to find shelter from the village. I called up Christine, I called the police department, you know, to check. So basically I had to go into New York. Fortunately, Jessie Ponte was home, and she took me in for the night. Then we went to my son's, who's also a disabled veteran, just to get you up to speed. And you put those signs up on, you put those stupid signs up on Ahern and so forth, but you don't do anything for veterans. The net result is I got bronchitis as a result of this, so that's basically. You and I and the deputy mayor need to sit down, because I'm tired of the windows being broken. I'm tired of having to pick up for other people. I realize a lot of people buy homes have never had homes before, but I come home and there are oak leaves all over my property. That's the 5th year in a row. I build out, you know, the people across the street are too goddamn lazy to rake them up. They just blow them across the street onto my property. I don't have any oak trees on my property, just to make it clear. Okay, so you and I and the deputy mayor need to sit down and say what's going to happen here. Because I'm tired of windows being broken. I can't fix the windows, because if I fix the windows, they'll break more of them.
When is he get time to? When is this?
I'm retired. I do nothing all day, so I'm almost free, except on days I'm working on Habitat.
Well, you can do it then, yeah.
Unless we wait till next week, we can do it on the 16th.
To do that, what time we got to 9 o'clock? 10 o'clock would be, what time is more like?
8 o'clock on one.
Oh, we do it 8 o'clock, 16.
The 16th at 8 o'clock in the morning?
What day is that?
That's a
Friday.
Friday.
Pardon me?
It's a
Friday.
Friday,
Yeah, no problem.
okay?
8 o'clock here?
Yes,
Okay.
a week
It
from
will
this
be open
Friday.
at that time,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Okay, 8 o'clock.
We'll
and
unlock
it'll
the
be-
door.
Pardon me?
We'll unlock the door.
Okay, no problem.
okay?
So I'll mark that down, the
In the-
16th of Friday,
Please.
8 o'clock in the morning.
In the meantime, please fill out an incident report.
Okay, can I do it online, or I have to fill out, or
Or
we
you can
still
do it
do
online.
Huh?
You can do it online.
Oh, we don't have to do paper anymore?
No, you can do it online.
Okay. Thank you.
Any-
The motion to go to executive session?
You don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't see it.
I was reviewing my town tax bill, and I went to the town to ask for a list of shared services that we pay for to the town, and they didn't have one. I haven't been able to call the comptroller, that's the number that they gave me to call from the tax receiver's office. However, I wanted to see if the village had a list of shared services that we pay the town for.
I can tell you, in speaking to former board members, they're not on the board anymore now, from the town, I was told we have three things that we receive from the town. We have the privilege of driving on their roads, we have the privilege of using their parks, and we have the privilege of having police patrol outside our borders, so it makes us safer. That's what I was told by the town council.
Okay, but my town taxes are about 10% less than what I pay to the village. So it
And I-
really doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
But the short of it is, and I think most of the board members will probably have their own opinions.
I
is that-
spoke to the controller herself last year on the phone, very nice lady, she's downstairs, right across from the assessor's office.
Okay.
She told me, and I asked the same question that you're asking now. We pay for the town hall, pay for the town justice court, we pay for the highway superintendent's salary, and we pay for the police partial, of course, and the police partial. Those were the main things that we paid for. I said, what if we picked up my house in Washingtonville and plopped it down in Blooming Grove? What difference would my tax be? She said about $1,800, which is about what I pay in
You would
village
pay double,
tax.
that's what they told me.
I said, just out of curiosity, take my house, pick it up, move it into Blooming Grove, how much? Because they don't have water, they have water districts, they don't have.
Right. We don't pay. But, so I then asked for the adopted budget for the town so that I could calculate where my taxes were coming from. And a majority of it is just a lump sum under what they deemed Village of Washingtonville property taxes based on the assessed value of your home. So I need to understand exactly what they're doing for my property that
I'd
I'm
like to
paying
know.
the taxes
I'd like to
for.
know that. I live here too.
It's
That's
been a
the bottom
question
line.
that I've asked.
Right, because that's
Age-old
the
question.
majority of it.
For
I can
29
see where
years.
we're paying for the garbage, I can see where we're paying for,
I just told
But
you
that's
what
different.
she told me, and plus,
The fire department
Right.
and county taxes are included in it too.
But that's a separate line item, and you're right.
exactly.
I think that it's 600 that's left over
So,
or around there.
It is,
Yeah.
it is this board opinion that if it's the same voice that you've been having, why do we pay Blooming Grove anything? We are in discussion with our legal team to answer that question to us, and why do we have to? I know it is part of New York government. However, I was told if we put the word town in front of the word village, we can now break away from that legally.
Like Woodbury.
Or Palm.
Well, Woodbury's a better example.
No, but Palm is the newest one, the new example. So that's what we have been asking. It's a slow process, I'm sure, but I've asked this question 30 years ago. Why am I paying Blooming Grove? It is wonderful, because that same person had said the same thing to me, and my response to that council person was, where do you buy your milk? And we're Stop and Shop. Those are village streets. Okay?
I mean, what if I just drove in my driveway? And I never left?
Well,
I
here's
mean,
the
I'm
thing,
sure there are
we don't
handicapped people
drive
that
in
live
their
in the
street.
village
But
that
I
never
would
drive
always
on town
seem to
roads.
think that village residents, very few actually drive on town roads.
Right.
Right,
You
I
either
drive
take
on state
94
roads.
or you
Right.
take 208.
right.
Right.
I pay state tax.
Right.
Now, people who live in Blooming Grove
But
might
I
feel,
also pay Washingtonville taxes, and I agree, but That's because of the way the structure of the state government.
Well, that's what I.
We are part of the town,
Yeah.
even though we're in an incorporated village, and unfortunately, that means we have to pick up,
Yeah,
those of us in the town pay the full town load, and those of us who have property in the village pay part of the town load.
go figure.
Yeah, go figure.
1731. Somebody said, I think this is a good idea, and sometime in 1920, they said, I can make it worse. And that's what's happening. But we are talking about this on a regular basis. Why do we pay Blooming Grove anything?
Right.
Not something, anything. So,
Did they do anything, bro? They were doing a few roads, they stopped that, did they start picking them up again?
Not to, what roads, what, plowing?
Yeah, they were plowing a few roads, but that was a big stink went on about that. They were gonna stop doing it, and I don't know if they ever stopped. But
I
that's
think
still not enough.
I think our Department of Public Works
They
is
didn't
just
come up
fine.
for the last snowstorm,
You
it
know.
was all DPW.
No, it's about 3 years ago.
Because they used to plow over by where you are. Some of those roads, they just continue
They
around.
stopped completely when I
Yeah.
left.
They